I think every single person in Nepal deserves to have access to the latest technology and keep their data on. It's not that customers should be worried. So this is the first thing. The second thing is, as Hannah mentioned, this is nothing as such new. Because, for example, the same cases of Bangladesh or Sri Lanka or even India, those plans is the thing where industry went a couple of years ago. So we're a couple of years behind, but the good news is we can actually catch up quick. And as I mentioned, in the long run, this type of relationship between business and consumer will ensure the new technologies. As you have seen, the industry of telecoms is quite different from any other one because it needs consistent investment, good quality investment. 2G, 3G, 4G, all these things happen in the last, 10, 15 years. Now we're thinking about 5G, and every single technology needs a lot of investment, right? And obviously, if we, as a human being, want the brighter future, we invest into our children, we invest into our education, we invest into the access that telecoms or Ncell give to ourselves for the rest of the world. So in order not to be behind, we have to take steps towards the future and at par with the rest of the world. Strategic partnership with the Paralympic team of Nepal, right? And obviously, with a headline of nobody should be left behind, people with special needs will have a special focus from us. I wouldn't say that we're ready with the answer, but I would say people with special needs need at least 50% discount on every single product we have. So I will let the team to work on that, but give us some time. We might come up with a separate proposition for people with special needs to make sure that our product is even more affordable for them. Obviously, with some processes to be introduced in terms of the validation. But this is definitely core, this is part of our DNA. And Nepalese brothers and sisters with special needs need to get benefits even more than all of us.
So it's not that your requirements are postpaid customers. You guys are very valuable to us, and you have been supporting this business and us as a company. So you won't be left behind for sure. And it doesn't need to be.
This is going to be the day for me and hopefully for Nepal and for the industry, because Ncell is coming up with something that hopefully going to make the future a bit more secure. Future of the industry and future of the country that we all serve for. So I'm going to start with the first numbers just to refresh everyone's memory, and I believe it's not a secret that telecom industry in Nepal is not necessarily doing well. And I'm just reminding to everyone that unfortunately this is the case, and this is what we have to address. Being Ncell, being industry leaders, and obviously Sadaion is going to be a step towards addressing this pain and addressing the issue the industry was facing for the last 5 years. There are some good case studies, you can see it on the screen as well, with the neighboring countries or the countries similar to Nepal. Bangladesh and Sri Lanka is not an exception. Many people think that Ncell and industry is doing well. This is not necessarily the case, and we're admitting it and we're taking responsibility. It's not something that Ncell is trying to blame, but Ncell being a leader across many years we serve in this country, we taking the ownership and accountability and taking the first step, which is going to be covered by umbrella or the headline of Sadaion. So before I'm going to move to the next slide, I just want to put your attention into the bottom, which is profit after tax. This is what the business is about. This is what is important to ensure that we have the future. And this is what is important to ensure that Ncell and Nepali people have the best quality of service, the best technologies, the latest technologies like any other country we visit has it, including 5G. So to secure the future and to secure that Ncell and industry can offer to our customers and to all Nepalese the latest technologies and the best quality, we have to take a few steps to turn around this red line that is right on top of Nepal, showing decline over the course of next couple of years, into the growth and success story. So Sadaion is not only plans, Sadaion is not only regular campaign. Sadaion is the first step to ensure the future. the first step where Ncell is taking responsibility to address the pain points that customers had and somehow were neglected. So Sadayon is the first small step into the big and bright future. Now we're going to move on. I think Sahana, I'm still learning Nepali, so I think Sahana was asking how many of you actually keep your data on, right? So me being a foreigner and me being in Nepal for the last couple of months, one of the very, very strange things I've discovered was that many Nepali are turning the data off, mobile data off, many. And I was like trying to understand why. And on top of it, when I checked my internal data and run some analytics, we discovered that in comparison with other countries, Nepali mobile data user is consuming less GB or less data, right? So there was obvious problem that industry has to address, and there is a gap in understanding between the customer and the company like Ncell that can be addressed, and I think Sadayon should address it in short period of time. So, average active mobile data user in another country is using up to 20 GB per month, right? And this is what allows developed countries to be developed, because those customers are consistently on, they have access to everything, including the education, news, knowledge, and they are always accessible. And that was a competitive advantage of Ncell when we came here and made everyone available on a distance of one call, so anybody could call to each other. But now when it comes to data, there is nothing to be really proud of for the moment. So when we started to analyze why, and I hope you guys will share this sentiment with me, but many of our customers, they're afraid of turning their mobile on because of bill shock. The phone became smart, now everyone has a smartphone, and phone can download data without you even giving that permission. So when that session is happening and phones start downloading data, companies like Ncell, and NTC is not an exception, we serving your request of your phone, and sometimes it ends up into money gone, right? And when money gone, customer is thinking, I just had 1,000 rupees disappeared, the data is so expensive, Ncell or NTC stole my money, which is not the case. We didn't steal. We didn't want that money, to be honest, but the phone did it, and this is the new environment that we have to address. So, fear of losing balance when mobile data is on, I think one of the reasons why many Nepali people are afraid to turn on the data. The second big reason was the complications. I think this is where Ncell and other players have to take full responsibility. When you go to our website or you go to Ncell app and you try to buy the plan, voice separately, data separately, and there are 70 of them, more than 70 different packs, and we are not the only one. Both operators have amount of plans or packs that are confusing. So confusion and complication is another thing why customers of Nepal are struggling, right? And that's another pain point that companies like Ncell can address. So Sadayon is about simplification, right? Where we need your help, and that's why we kicking off this big campaign of Sadayon with a press conference is awareness. And we definitely want to make sure that customers understand why we do this, and customers understand how simple Sadayon plans will be and how serving they will be, because this is what it is about, and obviously through this path we believe the future is going to be secured. So moving on, Sadayon is the big tagline, so bear with us, it's going to be all over the place, and we want to bring those good bright days of us being very much engaged with our customers. Sadayon is going to be about 3 main reasons. The first one, no fear, no tension, no balance khatam. Guaranteed, with those customers who are going to be on Sadayon, your money won't disappear. If it will disappear because of your phone being too smart, I'm taking personal responsibility for that as a CEO, and I'm going to address those challenges personally with the full compensation of the amount disappeared. It won't happen, that's a promise. Sadayon is the movement to empower you, customer, in this particular case, to keep your mobile data on. The second reason, as I told you, simplification. It will be very simple. 7, 8 plans with the 3 boosters allowing you to address any of your needs. And the third one, which is equally important, it will secure the future. It will help the industry to turn that red button or red arrow from down to up and make sure that Ncell or Nepal will have the case study for the other countries so they can actually learn from Nepal and follow our path. I have few personal dreams about the future of Nepal. I want Nepal to actually give the best quality of service for Nepali customers and make sure that Nepal has access to 5G and latest technologies. And many people misinterpret 5G. 5G is another technology. It's not only 1,000 times faster, because I think 4G can address all our basic needs when it comes to data and speed and consumer needs. 5G is about digital Nepal. 5G is about smart cities. 5G is about smart cars. 5G is about smart devices that are going to make our life way easier than we can even imagine today. And obviously, being Ncell, being industry leader, being expert in industry, we can't stand still. We can't see the problem and say, regulator, government, others have to do it. We are taking this bold step. Obviously, it is going to be very disruptive. Many customers will be like, what is this? I'm not used to one pack that is addressing all my needs. There are going to be a lot of questions, a lot of questions. I wouldn't say resistance. It's going to be a lot of questions that we will try to address. But what we driven by is this bright future that Nepal deserves, Nepali customers deserves, and we're looking forward that other industry players, including our very supportive regulator, will follow and will endorse it and embrace it and will help us to make, as I mentioned, Nepal success case study across telecom industries all over the world. I will stop here. My job for the last couple of days was to tease. I think I teased enough. So I'm going to hand over it to Sahana again, and she will introduce colleagues of mine who are going to present you Sadayon as a product. Thank you very much for your attention. I hope it was helpful.